There are 9 distilleries in the Islay Scotch region. You know what that means? It's time for a tier list video. So as you can see, I have 17 scotches just from Islay alone, representing 7 of the 9 distilleries. So I was thinking, what tiers would I put these distilleries in if I had to think about it? Well, doing that today. But before we get going, make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below what tiers you would put these distilleries in, because I'd love to know. Just a quick preface to this, I haven't fully experienced every distillery, so if I put a distillery in a lower tier bracket, it doesn't mean I think that they make bad whiskeys. It's just that I think other ones that I've had more experience with are good, and I'm not quite down at this level yet to say, yes, I think they are so much better than these other distilleries. So if they're lower, it's not because I don't like them, it's just because I haven't had enough experience with all the distilleries, so this could change over time, and I'm gonna do another one in the future. So without further ado, let's get to these distilleries. Okay, my first distillery today is Bowmore. Now, I like Bowmore. However, in the past few years, they become a little more of like a luxury product, and I think the craft of their distillate has gone down. So this one right here is a Scotch Malt Whisky Society bottle of an 18-year Bowmore. I love Bowmore 18, but I think it's the only one that I actually do love. And as soon as you get past the 18-year, the prices go up exponentially. $500 for the 25-year, and it's not even remotely worth it. Just that Scotch Father. But the 18-year at 180 and all Oloroso sherry finished is very good. Bowmore definitely has a softer peat. It's about 25 ppms. But I think if they stop their weird partnership with whatever luxury brand card they're doing right now, they might be able to go back and like make good whiskey. So for that, I'm gonna put them in the C tier. They're not great right now, but they're not horrible. I don't think any Islay distillery is gonna be below a C here, but I think Bowmore right now is a C. I think I need to get some more of their whiskeys under my belt. I've had the 12, the 15, the 18, and the 25, but I haven't anything past that, and like 18 is the best of those in my opinion. The other ones are like, eh, and 25 again, not worth the money. So Bowmore gets a C tier. Next distillery, I have no bottles, so sorry. So, Caol Ila. Now, I've had the Caol Ila 12, and I possibly think another expression from the Scotch Father at one of my tastings. However, those are the only 2 that I have had, so I can't make a great opinion on it. Because of that, I'm gonna put them in the C tier. I haven't had enough. I know that they're good, so I need to go out and find me some. Caol Ila around me is not that common to find, and I don't feel like paying $60 shipping for another bottle. Caol Ila is another softer peat, 35 ppms, but they do make fantastic distillate. I think Scotch Father is in love with them, so I'm pretty sure he'd put them at S tier if he could. But for me, again, I'm not ready to make a huge decision on them because, again, haven't had it too much. So I'm gonna put them at C. I'm gonna have some more over the next couple of months or years or whatever and come back to this video again. They'll probably get to A or maybe even an S, we'll see. But Caol Ila, you get C right now. Okay, Lagavulin. Now, I'm sorry, Ron Swanson, but I gotta put Lagavulin into the B tier here. I've had the 9, I've had the 11, and I've had the 16. And I think the 16 is a little overpriced, but I'm pretty sure that's because of Diageo instead of the actual Lagavulin. But I don't think, at least the ones that I've had have been super complex or super interesting. Like, they're 40 ppms around, and to me, they're just there. They're definitely very ashy, meaty, salty. They have a hefty peat flavor profile, which I definitely enjoy. But as far as any nuances goes, I don't think Lagavulin hits those notes for me. Again, that's not saying they're bad, but getting truly, truly good Lagavulins these days are going to cost you a lot of money that I don't think I want to pay right now. I'd rather spend money on older Laphroaigs or some Bruichladdich. So for that, I think a B tier for Lagavulin is pretty fair, so sorry, Ron. Okay, Ardbeg. I'm gonna have Ardbeg join Lagavulin in the B tier. I think Ardbeg is one of the biggest names in Islay, and if you heard Ardbeg, you know exactly where it's from. However, for me, I'm not a humongous fan of some of Ardbeg's pricing models. That's a me problem, that's not a them problem, I don't think. I think the Ugadale and the Corv Reckon are very good bottles. However, for no age statements costing above $100, I'm like, who knows? And again, this 25-year at $900, sometimes even $1,100, I don't think it's worth it at all. And I realize I just picked Ardbeg over Laphroaig 25, but let's ignore that for now. Just for me, right here, right now, my decision making, I'm gonna put Ardbeg in the B tier. Again, very, very solid whiskey. They're meaty, they're about 50 ppms, they're salty, they're definitely full of that peat and really nice, classic Islay flavor profile. But again, I'm gonna put them at B. We'll see where they're at next time I do this. Okay, Kilchoman, one of the youngest Islay distilleries, but you know what? They make a fantastic product. I'm gonna put Kilchoman in the A tier. Yes, they have premium prices, but they do a lot of finished barrels and they have a lot of options available to you. This one right here is a 7-year Sauternes and it was magnificent, seriously. And one other cool thing about Kilchoman is that they grow and cultivate all their own ingredients, so it's all on a farm, distill, barrel, bang, you get their product, and that's great. They're around 40 to 45 ppms on their malts. I think this one's great. Machir Bay, Sonic, the yearly Lagavulin release, their brand new 16-year. Not sure it's worth $360. I haven't bought it myself yet, but that's their oldest expression. They're, again, pretty young. I think they were founded in 2007, so I gotta wait a little longer to get some nice older stuff from them, and maybe prices will drop. But you can get ex-bourbon, Marsala, Madeira, Sauternes, just a lot of different options for them. And every time I have a bottle of Kilchoman, I love it. I have to get another one, but again, I think they really, really belong in the A tier. And joining Kilchoman in the A tier is Bunnahabhain. That might surprise you. I haven't reviewed any of these bottles, but I really, really think they are a great distillery. I love how versatile they are. They've got unpeated and peated options here, and one of the best unpeated whiskeys I've ever had was a 13-year Bunnahabhain Marsala finish. It was amazing. It was one of the first blind taste videos I did way back when with Scotchfather, and I didn't know what it was. And it was so sweet, it was so chocolatey, it had some nice coffee aspects to it. It was great. Now, when they peat their whiskeys, they do around 40 to 45 ppms as well. So we got the Sturder here, unpeated, and the Chochek Aga, which is the peated one. This one's around 80 bucks, this one's around 40 to 45. Great pricing model across the board, and they just are great. This is gonna be a lot like stewed fruit taste. This is a nice coastal, kind of like a mix between Campbelltown and Islay, classic peat there, with a little more fruity nuances than you normally get, like from an Ardbeg or a Lagavulin. So I think Bunnahabhain is great. Not quite at the S yet. Maybe if I get like an older expression, they might level up, but for now, I think A is great for them. Coming to Laphroaig. Might not surprise you, but I'm putting Laphroaig in the S tier. When you hear Laphroaig, you think Islay. And when I think Laphroaig, I think Laphroaig 25, just one of my favorite Islas I've ever had. It is just a creamy, decadent experience. On top of the fact, it's almost $300 less than Ardbeg 25 and more widely available and a lot more releases. But on top of that, they have one of the most affordable entry-level 10-year Islas ever in the Laphroaig 10 for around 50 to 55 bucks. And again, it is incredible. But you also have a lot of other no-age statement releases. The Quarter Cask, the Select, the Lore, and their yearly Cartridge releases, which are just great. Cartridge is just a great line of whiskeys. I love Laphroaig. I love Old Laphroaig. I have my eyes on Laphroaig 32 or 34. I don't know when I'm gonna buy it, but at some point I'm gonna open the wallet and make it cry and get one. But for now, Laphroaig is in the S tier. That brings us to Bruichladdich, and it's probably not gonna surprise you. You can see all these bottles, but they are in the S tier. I think they are just the greatest Islay distillery, possibly even one of the best distilleries in Scotland, and their craft is just second to none. They are very versatile. They've got unpeated options, they have heavily peated options, and they have super heavily peated options. And some of those Octomores over here, they are super heavily peated, but they have a really complex, rich flavor profile, and they're only 5 years old. I don't know what they do, but you know what, keep doing it. And this second limited edition release of Port Charlotte 10, it's also heavily peated at 40 ppms. I had this a few times. Sometimes I don't even think it's peated. They do some wild, wild things here. And one of the best entry-level, non-peated scotches in the classic laddie. So fruity, so sweet, so awesome. You can't say enough about how good Bruichladdich is at making a distillate, and I think absolutely deserve to be in the S tier. If you don't agree, please let me know where you would put Bruichladdich in a tier list, because I've seen some of you pick Ardbeg and Laphroaig, so I'm curious what you guys would put in S. And last but not least, we have the 9th distillery, Ardnahoe. Now, Ardnahoe is extremely new, founded by the legend of Jim McEwen. And in fact, I think a couple of months ago, they released their inaugural whiskey, a 5-year, 40 to 45 ppms whiskey. Limited release, so I don't have it yet, and I can't put them in a tier list. I don't know where they would be. I'm assuming once they get going at about 10 to 15 years, they're going to be high up there because Jim McEwen is a freaking legend, used to be in Bruichladdich. So they're gonna go in the question mark category. Again, I have no idea, but there you have it. All 9 Islay distilleries in a tier list. If you like this style of videos, please let me know with a like and even a comment down below. If you like these videos, want to see more like it, make sure you subscribe every Wednesday. As always, see you guys next time, and cheers.